Hey YouTube, it's your girl Miss Keisha Nicole. Stay tuned so you can hear about what's been going on with your girl. As the title says, I am now working as a dialysis technician. So stay tuned to hear about that. Hey YouTube, don't mind me. I am vegan bad today, eating some things that I don't need to be eating because of my diabetes. Drinking a Diet Coke. I have not had a soda, a pop, whatever you call it from wherever you're from. We call them pops here, but I tend to say soda. I haven't had a soda since like October. And then I have one of our hometown favorites as a snack, Grippos, barbecue chips. If you're from Ohio, especially like the Cincinnati area, because the Grippo factory is here. It's actually around the corner from my house. But I know like the Dayton area has Grippos, and then over in northern Kentucky. But this ain't no mukbang or nothing like that. This is me eating some snacks because I'm stressed, and I'm a stress eater. That's what I am. That's how I got fat. I'm a stress eater. I'm an emotional eater. I ain't gonna say stress eater. I'm an emotional eater. And I'm about to emotionally eat these chips. As I tell y'all, some good stuff that's been going on with me. Everything that's going on with me is good for real. It's just, I'm just stressed. Like, my hair is a mess. That's why I got this on, because it's a mess. Like, sis ain't had time to do nothing but work and do school. So, I'm going to talk about work, because that's what's in the title, and that was like before this video came on. It told you to stay tuned so you can hear about that. So, I'm going to go ahead and talk to y'all about work real quick. So, in my last video, from right before this term started, or right at the end of the last term, can't really remember. I want to say it was right. Yeah, it was right before this term started, because I didn't talk to you guys at all last term, and I really didn't talk to y'all this term either. But we're gonna talk about what's going on. I'm gonna tell y'all all the good things that happen. I'm gonna talk to y'all about being in maternity and newborn. I'm gonna talk to y'all about being in mental health. I might give a little information on Psych 101 and rhetorical persuasion. But we're going to start with the fact that I am now currently working as a dialysis technician. I'm not going to tell y'all the name of the company, but it's several major companies out here. So I work for one of them. You pick which one you think I'm working for. I have never been a dialysis tech before in my life. I actually kind of, like, I knew about dialysis, but, you know, I didn't really know too much about it. So, last term, when I was in Med-Surg 2, last term was Med-Surg 2. So, the location that I was at for my clinicals, it was a rehab hospital. And that rehab hospital had a on-site dialysis room. And we went in there with the dialysis tech, who was, I guess, the acute side of dialysis. So they would go to different facilities and things like that and do dialysis treatments. So we went in there with him that particular day, and we spent that afternoon in there. And I kind of was like, okay, I'm really interested in this. Like, I really enjoy this form of nursing. So I had applied for one of the major companies. And it took about 3 months for me to get, like, not hired. So it took a week and a half for the recruiter to contact me back. And then it took like another 4 days for me to have my interview. I did an online interview with the regional manager, then like the person underneath her, and then the manager or the FA of the clinic that I was applying for. So in that interview, it was online. It went well, I guess. Like, to me, I felt like the interview did not go well. I actually got off of the interview and called my younger sister and was like, I don't think I got it. Like, sorry. And while me and her were on the phone, they called me to come in and do a shadow day. So then I was like, oh, well, maybe you did get it. Sorry. Maybe you did do well. So, went in for that. And then So that little process took about 2 weeks. It took another like month and a half before I started. And I started the week, so my first week of school, I started my second week of this term. So this whole time, I have been in school taking OB maternity, maternity newborn, mental health, Psych 101, rhetorical persuasion. OB had clinicals and lab. Mental health had a clinical. So your girl really was, like, I was busy. And then the fact that I have not ever been a dialysis technician, I have to do their training class, which is a weekly class. And it's online, but I have to go into the facility to be online. That class is like 8 hours every Tuesday. And then I work 10 to 12 hours 3 other days out of the week. Or like 2 days out of the week, I work 12 hours. And then I might pull like a 5-hour shift or whatever equal me out to like 37, 38 hours a week. So I've been doing like 37, 38 hours a week since this term started. I really enjoy dialysis. I really do. It's just something about it. I enjoy dialysis. I enjoy getting to meet the patients that come in our clinic and just having a rapport with them. I really do. I still, and I don't necessarily know if that's going to be an end-all be-all. It can be. I can really see myself as a dialysis nurse. But at the same time, I do kind of want some experience as a floor nurse at a hospital. But I have enjoyed, like, I'm on week 8. So I've enjoyed my time being in this new realm. I don't feel like dialysis techs in my area make enough for the amount of work you have to do. I really don't feel like they pay enough. It's just, and it's weird. So in the state of Ohio, dialysis techs can draw up heparin, which is a red alert drug for my nursing students out there. So you know that at your clinical sites, red alert drugs have to be verified by 2 nurses. Well, we don't have that. Techs draw up the heparin. The nurses just come behind you for, like, because we do bolus heparin as well as a maintenance infusion that's hooked up to the dialysis machine. The nurse comes behind to make sure that you have the heparin that's going into the machine in there right, like for the right enzyme, the right amount that they're supposed to get every hour. But as far as for what you have gave them in the bolus, in their fistula or in their CVCs, nope. Nobody checks that. That was really weird to me because here I am, nursing student who has taken Med-Surg 1 and Med-Surg 2, who has learned that heparin is a red alert drug, to see that as a tech, we don't have to go to the nurse like, hey, come and look at this. Like, that's weird to me. But hey, in the state of Ohio, we are allowed to do CVC care. So in dialysis, a lot of patients who are brand new to get in dialysis, or they have acute kidney injury and it's a chance that they will regain kidney function, usually have a CVC. The patients who have been on it for a while, and usually when you start and you have a CVC, they eventually want you to get the AV fistula in your arm. But you have those patients who are going to be like, no, I'm not getting a fistula, I don't want it, and have a CVC. CVC care is very different than CVC care that you learn in Med-Surg in school. I mean, we still try to we do a really good job of cleaning that area when we're doing the dressing change and everything. But it's crazy because in school, we was taught it was a sterile procedure. It's not. It's a clean procedure in the dialysis center. It's not sterile. It's a clean procedure. So that was really different. You know, I was like, oh, okay. Like, no, we supposed to have sterile gloves and you supposed to have the draping and all of this, but it's clean instead. And these are just regular gloves here. But okay. But honestly, like, I don't have any bad things to say about dialysis. I will say that I don't really care for all my coworkers, but that's life and a job. And if they happen to see this, I said what I said because I'm grown and I can say what I want to say. I said what I said. Okay. Um, and if it wasn't for them, I would probably love my job. But I like it. It's cool. The patients, I love them, even the ones who kind of are annoying. Because y'all, if you work in healthcare, you know, patients can take you there. But at the same time, you still love them because you know they need you and you're there to help them. So enough about the job. Let's talk about this term. So again, I took OB or maternity newborn, mental health, Psych 101, and rhetorical persuasion. We're going to start with OB. Your girl killed it in OB. Killed it. Can't even, I'm not even going to try to, be humble about it. I did the damn thing in obstetrics. So, let me tell you this. I don't know if y'all remember this or if I said it before in the video, because I really don't remember, and I'm not going to go back and look and then be like, oh, wait a minute, I made a point. Anywho, OB was something that I was not looking forward to at all. I have a very rough past with OB for my personal self and my pursuit of trying to be a mother in my 20s. My oldest son was born at 27 weeks. He just turned 18 3 weeks ago. Yes, my baby is 18 and he got accepted into 7 colleges. But we'll talk about that another time. Then I had a daughter who was born at 24 weeks. And my youngest son who passed away, he was born at 33 weeks. My daughter only lived for 25 days. If you're an OB or maternity right now and y'all are learning about high-risk pregnancy, I am the epitome of a high-risk pregnancy. I had hypertension, diabetes. I also have what's called an incompetent cervix. I'm a big girl. I was not this big back in the day when I was trying to have kids, so don't be like, you get out of that because I probably do got the diabetes because of that. But I've had hypertension since I was 16, and I really was not this big at 16. Actually, I've never been skinny, but I was not obese at 16. I was just a little thick. But anyway, so I have diabetes, hypertension, and incompetent cervix. I've had a cord prolapse. I've had a uterine rupture. So the things that have happened to me in my pursuit of being a mom over the years made going into OB very difficult for me. And I was not looking forward to it. It gave me anxiety. The night before my first clinical, I was so stressed out. I didn't want to go because I have not been on a maternity ward in over 10 years. And my son passed away. My last baby, who I almost died having, that was the one I had a uterine rupture with. So he died in 2013. So I kind of I went to 2 friends' baby showers since then. But I don't go to baby showers. I've kind of pulled away from that world because it is a sore spot for me. It's hard knowing that the one thing in this world that women do, which is give life, I had a hard time giving life. So going into OB, I was like, yeah, I know this. But the first week on the floor at my clinical, I was like, okay, you could do this. And my friends, 2 of my friends were on my clinical rotation and they rallied around me. And my clinical instructor, she rallied around me. And I made it through the first week. I seen a C-section that week. And then I was like, okay, we could do this. So then the next week, I got to see a vaginal birth. And then the family that I was with, so clinical was over for the day. But the family that I was with wanted me to stay because we had created a little bond. And they wanted me to stay to see the birth of their baby. So I stayed to see the birth of their baby even after everyone had left. My clinical instructor was like, nope, you can stay. I'll stay with you. She had to stay as long as I was there. And I stayed, and they asked me to announce the sex of their baby. So when their baby came out, I was holding the wife's legs, and the doctor pulled him out and showed them to me. And I was like, oh my God, you have a... And it was just a wonderful experience. It was really a wonderful experience. So yeah, OB ended up being great for me. And then my test, I did well on my test all throughout OB. I studied a little bit, but a lot of it I kind of already knew, because when a woman is pursuing getting pregnant, when you have trouble getting pregnant or holding a baby in, you kind of read everything about everything. Like, so you kind of know about contraceptive, and you know about different fertility drugs, and you know about this, and you know about that. So I kind of knew everything, not just about high risk, but I knew about the good things that could come. So I did study, but I didn't study the way that a lot of people were. And I mean, I was getting between 80s and 88s on tests. And then my last test, I got a 96. And then when we did the ATI, I level 3'd on my ATI. Level 3. And if you guys take ATI, you know that's a big deal. So I level 3 on my maternity ATI. My maternity grade is like a 95. My test average was high enough to where my instructor allowed people who had good test averages to opt out of taking the final, because it wouldn't really boost my grade up any higher. The only thing it could really do was hurt me. It could bring my grade down if I didn't do as well. But she was like, no, you guys, we pretty much feel like you mastered it, especially those of you who got a level 3. So you don't have to take it. So I didn't have to take my maternity ATI. So that was like really cool for me. Like, I mean, I took my maternity ATI in level 3. I didn't have to take the final exam. Mental health, I did well in mental health. I ended up like getting an 86 in that class. Again, if our average was good enough as far as the test scores, we could opt out. I opted out of that one as well. I did really great in that class. I did great in all my classes. Actually, I got a B in rhetorical persuasion, which felt like a lot of busy work, like in writing persuasive papers. It just wasn't something I was into, and I liked to write, but I just felt like it was busy work, especially with trying to make sure that I understood mental health the way that I was already had the knowledge for maternity. The one thing that helped me with mental health was it seemed like my Psych 101 teacher and my mental health teacher stuff was paralleling. Did I say that right? Parallel? You know. So it kind of flowed together. So that was great. But yeah, I did really well this term. I got an A in OB and 3 B's. And I don't really know if I have a B in Psych. I have to wait until she grades our last project, because if I get a good enough grade on my last project, I actually could end that class with an A, because I had a very high B. So we will see what that is. But yeah, like I had a really good term. I'm working full-time as a dialysis technician. And honestly, y'all, when I went into this, I was like, I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to be learning how to be a dialysis technician and taking these classes, and if I'm gonna be able to pull this off. And I was able to pull it off, and I'm real proud of myself. I ain't gonna lie, I'm proud of myself. But yeah, your girl did well in OB. I got a level 3 on ATI, and I'm working as a dialysis tech, and I love my job. Not the people that work there, but I love my job. Next term, my schedule. Next term, I'm taking pediatrics, pharmacology 2, and developments of psychology. So we will see how that goes. I have high hopes for pharm. I did well in Pharm 1. I got an A in Pharm 1. So I'm hoping that I can keep that momentum in Pharm 2. And then Peds, hopefully I can draw on the fact that my oldest son was a preemie, so I know about preemies. And then I had a child who had cerebral palsy, who passed away. So hopefully I can draw on some of these things that I know from that can help me in Peds. But I know it's a lot more to Peds than things that I know. So I'm just hoping that I can get through Peds the same way that I got through everything else I've gotten through so far. I have 8 months and 28 days left before I finish school. So that's exciting. I am currently, Thursday is officially our last day for the term, and then I'll be on winter break until January 11th when these classes start. As always, you know, I'll be saying that I'm going to try to make a video. I can't make no promises because just be tired trying to work all these hours and do school stuff. I don't have video time. So hopefully I can get some videos made during next term, but I can't make no promises. I don't want to lie to y'all. But thank you for watching. I just want to give y'all a quick update on everything that's going with me. Again, I'm Miss Keisha Nicole. Please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Hey YouTube, it's your girl Miss Keisha Nicole. Stay tuned so you can hear about what's been going on with your girl. As the title says, I am now working as a dialysis technician. So stay tuned to hear about